later on. For
Okay.
now, we're into draft. Dinzbags have already taken out Mordekaiser, Nautilus, and Diana. Samira, Darius, and Cassiopeia once again taken away by Casually Reformed. Still, they feel like this Bard is okay for them to play against.
I feel like Samira is obviously good, but she has her hard counters. I don't know what is with both red side teams just always banning Samira. You can pick something and bully her out in lane. She's obviously very strong, but I don't know if she's stronger than Luminex is on Bard. But I guess he's gonna play Bard for the third game, and it's gonna be just as difficult to stop him as it was the past few games.
Yeah, for sure. Now we're going to keep, oh, there we go. We've got it on screen now. So the Ezreal comes in. Actually, this is Wheelie taking Ezreal this time. So they're taking that away from Dinzbag. And we mentioned that Dinzbag did have trouble on some of these ADCs, that high skill Kai'Sa play. It's really hard to get that going, especially against the comp he was against. And if Dinzbag takes one of these, maybe Casually Reformed could take advantage of it. The Sejuani, third time in a row, the Sejuani's been taken by Casually Reformed. And the Kai'Sa has been taken again, so Dinzbag fancies it. Meanwhile, Rise, see Ferent's very, very dangerous on this pick.
Yeah, I don't.
Now,
Oh, go for it, King.
allow me to be bold, but I have a feeling that Dinzbags are gonna pick Hecarim and then Shen.
Hecarim Shen, we've seen him before in this series, and definitely could be the case. Yeah, and it works with the Steam comp, of course. But there's also, of course, the possibility of Casually Reformed picking up the Shen in the support position. No, there is the Lissandra answering the Rise. Now, this is an interesting matchup because Lissandra, definitely known as a very safe laner, right? But doesn't provide the type of late game damage there that the Rise does. So you really do need to get the advantage. Will the Lissandra Sejuani 2v2 for mid lane, the mid jungle comp, will that be able to get enough of an advantage over the Rise, do you think? Or will it depend on the other jungler that Dinzbags pick?
I think it's going to largely depend on the other jungler. As a result, I am hoping that Dinzbags pick something aggressive here. Like if they pick an Olaf, I think that might just be game over in terms of Rise scaling. Just anything that can win a 2v2 is going to allow Rise to scale no matter what happens.
Yep.
And with Seafaren's on Rise, we've seen his ability to pick up some fights and skirmishes and snowball really hard. So I'm definitely going to be hoping, or Dinzbag should be hoping to pick up an early game jungler here.
Sure. I mean, there is Hecarim. Would you say that qualifies? It's a little bit of a gray area with Hecarim, but definitely can be strong early.
Hecarim could do it, and it wouldn't be the worst choice. I just don't think it would be optimal. He can definitely win in the 2v2s versus Sejuani, Lissandra, but I don't know how much you want to be diving in as Hecarim into a team that just has a Lissandra ult that can just point and click you.
Yep.
So I definitely prefer something like an Olaf, especially into a heavy CC format that they already have.
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at early game junglers. You could think about something along the lines of the Elise or even Lee Sin if Dinzbags are comfortable with that. But Set is the pick. Very impressive stuff from No Idea in the first game on that from the top lane, which is where we assume it's going. And there you go. Kang puts one on the board there. That's bragging rights only, but congratulations. He picks it. Now, if the Shen comes in, I don't know. Maybe we have to award. Stefano's already won the prediction leaderboard game, so maybe we just
he gets an extra point.
Maybe we just give Kang an extra point anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If they pick the Shen, that's confirmed. But it's the Jax, baby. So I wouldn't have expected Shen really after seeing the set. I don't think you want to play Shen into set again. Jax is an interesting one because it scales better in terms of a split pushing threat and carry threat in the late game, and it's totally fine in lane as well.
Yeah, he does also, similar to how Shen had the auto attack dodge against Set. Jax is going to have the same thing, but Jax obviously puts a whole counter in Counter Strike, but it actually looks like it's going to be Set support, which I gotta say is like one of the harder skill matchups for Bard. But if anyone can have these hard skill matchups on Bard, it's definitely Luminex. So looks like Violation might be in for a little bit of turbulent laning here.
There we go. So now that we've got the draft for the last game, we are going to go into our final competitive integrity break, give ourselves a little rest after a very exciting series so far. And it all comes down to game 3 of Dinzbags versus Casually Reformed. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Phobia.
Welcome back, everyone.
Aha.
We were
Got
ready
us with our pants
behind the
down.
scenes as we get into game 3 of the Dinzbag on blue side versus Casually Reformed on the red side. Um, notably, this game we do have the classic phase rush set, which everyone loves to see because he can hex flash into just running around like a maniac, and we do see Dinzbag back at it again with a Hail of Blades.
Yeah, there you go, Kang. One more Halo Blades game for Dinzbag to make it up to you somehow,
Yeah.
and see if he can, see if he can give you your, your just desserts there, with proving that Halo Blades Kai'Sa is good. But of course, he did not do that in game 1. So let's see if he can do it here. Like you say, violation on the base rush set there with Ignite, Hex Flash, everything, all that fun stuff. Cull now picked up by Wheelie right off the bat, actually. So not expecting to do much early on in this lane, even with an aggressive support like a set.
We saw Dinzbag do this before when he was playing Ezreal. I don't think it's too uncommon. If you start Cull, then you go cut down in the yellow tree. Ezreal has lower base HP than a lot of other characters, including Kai'Sa, so he is going to deal the 5% more damage to Dinzbags with cut down on top of getting the Cull. Trade-off, of course, is that he does have 70 less HP, but
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully, Violation can protect him enough based on that. Looking at jungle starts, both bot side here, and not much action to speak of. But we do have Malphite into Jax, which we didn't get much of a chance to talk about. I play a lot of Malphite top because the champions I play are mostly very easy mechanically. And Malphite falls
level
there.
2 by Sean is already
Yeah,
going
hang
to
on.
go in for a gank. That was the
He's
flash stun miss. Oh, sorry,
yeah,
Wes, go for it.
Dinzbag going to be very low here, but Violation may be the one to go down. Actually, Luminex doesn't manage to take him. And so there's Sean, now kind of in the lane here, and just gets away. Violation also gets away with just a sliver of health, and everybody walks away limping, but no damage done. I like the gank from Sean there. All the summoners now blown for the bot lane of Dinzbags. Meanwhile, Wheelie still retains the flash, and of course, Violation with the Hex Flash. So that's a good successful gank there from the Sejuani.
Yeah, honestly, set support is better without flash because that's when he gets the best spell in the game, Hex Flash, baby.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
He just gets to run at them super fast and flash on them, so he's actually is going to be considerably more of a threat in lane now that he has Hex Flash available. Or rather, he's going to be consistently more of a threat in lane. So, and without sums, he has a good chance of capitalizing on it.
Yeah, Dinzbag going to have to be very careful. Luminex as well going to have to be very careful. We're not too worried about Luminex's positioning. He generally positions properly, but he does need to not give that up. And Malphite versus Jax. Jax isn't Malphite's favorite champion to play against. When you do want, you are fine because he can slow attack speed, he can steal move speed, and you can take that Arcane Comet, as No Idea has done, and poke him out a little bit. Here's Sean, though, coming in for the gank, and this could really put the Malphite ahead if he does manage to get a kill, but no, Scoop Lord, Ward jumps away, no harm done there, and the wave is pushing toward him, so he's all fine.
Scoops himself out of there, but I gotta say, I do like Sean ganking a lot more, but
Okay.
not gonna pay off. Dustin Campbell
finds Sean. Super low, but a nice stun there by Sean. We'll see if he can get over. No, Dustin Campbell still following him. Our directed camera not interested in it, but Dustin Campbell does have to just get that one last Q in there, and the first blood comes in. No Idea while walking over to help, but just takes a bit of damage for his troubles. So advantage over to the Hecarim there. Double the CS and infinitely more kills right now than Sean has.
Yeah, no, it's that's a good start. I like the idea by Sean of ganking early, seeing him get his lanes ahead, but he's not respecting just where Dustin Campbell can be. They haven't had vision almost the whole game. As I say that, Dinzbags, no sums.
Oh,
Yeah,
too
looks
many
like
fights
No
going
Idea
on.
is going to get killed up in the top lane. Meanwhile, Dinsbag did go down in the bot lane there, so nice play by Violation to go up and wheelie followed up on that. Dinsbag just not super on point with the positioning on the Kai'Sa. It's very difficult, you got to say. It's not an easy champion to play right now, in particular, as she's not a crazy power pick or anything. But yeah, definitely gets caught out there. So Wheelie and Violation taking advantage of that. And Sean is going for the scuttle down in the bot river, but won't go for the dragon or anything like that.
I think it's probably for the best. His bot lane's going to have to back now. You have a little bit of a nice CS lead. Royal somehow knowing that the directed camera was on him 3 minutes in advance, flashing the 7 for us. But as I was saying,
Maybe it's just force of habit.
oh man, that's I respect that either way.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna go with prophetic royal though.
sure.
Uh, as I say this, Sejuani clearing out jungle, a full level behind the Hecarim, 8 CS or 8 jungle CS down, I should say. So pretty far behind. Hecarim might be looking to snowball now. He's been involved in 100% of the kills. Uh, there is the Lissandra ult on the side of Casual Form to stop the Hecarim, but even still, that might not be enough in the face of what this Hecarim can be capable of.
Yeah, and with the Jax having one of the kills, that's going to be a lot of pressure up in the top lane as well, and we'll see if that is going to manifest itself here. Now Dinsbag going to be engaged on again. Remember, still no flash, and a lot of damage coming through. Dinsbag ticking down with the Ignite, but Luminex doing all he can here. Wheelie getting some nice damage out, but Luminex is successfully able to protect his support, as we said last game, in Dinsbag. So nice play there by Luminex, and still good aggression here. I like an aggressive Ezreal lane. It definitely isn't the most. It's not the thing you expect the most, but it can work if you've got the right support and you've got the right pressure. No
Uh,
idea. Still pretty far behind up here.
Man, Luminex is so good. Every time I see him play, it's like, man,
Yeah,
nerf Luminex, honestly.
definitely
Yeah,
true.
just give him the ARAM treatment.
Yeah, make him do like 10% less damage and take 10% more.
Well,
Easy.
I mean, you could argue that they had the opportunity to nerf him considerably by banning out the Bard in any of these games, and they just chose not to. So, I mean,
True.
that's great. He can really
True.
play Bard, but we haven't had to, we haven't seen him much on others. And I think in the playoffs, teams are going to start having to think about banning out this Bard. I don't want to give too much coaching advice or anything, but that's what I would do. I'll just say that. Now, here is Dustin Campbell coming in. Wheelie has to flash away, but the ultimate's going to be enough. Now the flash
man.
comes in, and the Haymaker, a lot of damage onto Dustin Campbell. Sean has showed up, and we'll see if he can get anything, but no, he has to flash away as well. And Dinsbag tries to, he flashes in, and he actually does get the kill, but he gets killed by the tower in the end. Dinsbag, that was hyphy. That was worthy of all of the praise you've been getting in the Discord. Beautiful, beautiful work there. 1-for-1 trade coming in from Dinsbag, but he took out the jungler, and so this dragon is going to be more or less free as, wow, Luminex, just beautiful ult there. Royal has to do a lot of invulnerability stuff here, and he flashes away, so that's going to be enough. Good job there by Royal to get out of that.
No Ideas alone, and with no items, TP's in. A little bit late on that one. Maybe if he'd been earlier for the fight bot lane, he could have made an impact, but once again, just being a little bit too late on his TPs.
Yeah, going to have to work on that as we move into playoffs, because No Idea definitely not always in the position his team needs him to be, but he is going to be able to catch the wave back in top lane. It's actually pushing away from him if I'm seeing the minimap correctly. So not a good situation to be in against the Jax, who's picked up a Bilgewater Cutlass, compared to only a Bomby Cinder there on the Malphite, besides kind of base items.
Does that tilt you, Wes? I know you hate the Bomby Cinder.
So the Bomby
Malphite.
Cinder isn't my favorite on the Malphite, but I've done some testing, and you can get some advantage out of it. And of course, the stats are fine. Like, pros are building this item. I have an axe to grind with it. I don't think it's the best thing to go, but I can't, I'm not going to argue with like Licorice or
Uh,
something. But he's going to ult in. We'll see if he's going to be able to get anything. There's Malphite now. The ward jump comes in, but Scoop Lord's going to get stunned up, and No Idea with the final bonk takes him down with the auto. Good job there by No Idea to engage, and that's the power of Malphite right there. You can just go in for free anytime you want with a very powerful engage. But speaking of powerful engages, Dustin Campbell's here. Royal has no resources left to get away from that, and he gets taken down. The Hecarim really, really running this map right now. 2, 0, and 4. Full kill participation there in all 6 kills. And
was
here's
just
Luminex.
2v1ing.
Yeah, Wheelie is going to go down here, as well as Luminex now going to be able to get pretty close to Violation there, and a beautiful ultimate coming in. Violation, we'll see if he can get away. Not a chance. There is the double kill. Dinzbag looking a lot better now on this Kai'Sa. No Idea has to flash away, but he will be just fine.
That was so tragic for Royal up in the top lane as well. We saw on the minimap his ult was on his character model, his ult was like about 1 or 2 seconds away from coming up and invulnering himself. But on the bot lane, Dinzy with the happiest defeat, 2v1s, then Luminix comes up and just hand delivers the rest of the kills for Dinzy. Now Dinzy 3-2-1, about 10 CS up, just under, and he's going to be quite the issue as well, on top of the scaling rise and on top of the Fed Hecarim.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to finish that Manamune in about 11 minutes, which is a great pace there. You did see Luminex come in right kind of behind the set there, and Violation ulted him into tower, and so Luminex got pretty low. But the Bard, already had the Giant's Belt, and he just was far enough ahead that he could survive a couple of tower hits and get back into the fight. So really tough spot now for Wheelie and Violation. They get a couple turret plates off of this, and they have a bit of a farm lead, but it really is scary to have a Kai'Sa at this point, at this amount of gold this point in the game.
Yeah, I think you could say that for pretty much every champion on the side of Dinzbags.
Sure.
Jax, a little bit ahead, scary. Hecarim ahead is pretty scary as well. Rise, pretty scary when he's ahead. So things aren't looking up for Casually Reformed, but we'll see if they could pull this back.
Yeah, gotta remember that team fight, though. It definitely still is a possibility to get a huge combo in onto the entire team. And if you catch out, let's say, Seafarens and Dinzbag, you've got enough crowd control. Pardon me, got enough crowd control to lock them up long enough so that you can get that damage down. And if No Idea, continues to get good engages, he can make up this lead against the Jax before it gets unbearable. And
looks like
yeah,
they're
we'll see if he can do it.
for a fight. Dragon right about now. As I say, No Idea, very low, tempting Scoop Lord a little bit, but
yeah,
the directed cam, a very big fan of No Idea.
Directed cam is becoming another entire player that we can commentate on.
Honestly,
I
MVP,
really
though.
enjoy that. Yeah, directed cam is the MVP for sure. Ooh, flash in coming in from Violation. A lot of damage coming back onto him, but he does manage to survive with the Haymaker. Here's Wheelie way down in the front, but Dinzbag now too much damage to really deal with that. And here's Sean taking down a ward, zombie ward off, and he manages to get out, but that's just a bit of an early flash there from Violation. Sean was on the way to go for the gank, but they were dead before he even got there. Now there's another tower dive, but Seafarens beautiful flash getting out of the way of Sean for the ultimate, and the Herald strikes into the mid lane tower. Really, really good play, and we talked about this mid-jungle duo of Dustin Campbell and Seafarens, and it's popping off right now.
That was like a fadeaway Herald kill. They just killed the enemy team, had the Herald go down, and they were like running away. Cool guys don't look as explosions as the Herald killed it.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, Violation might be face checking here. He uses the blast cone, but that's not the direction you want to go. He is going to go down. Luminex picks that one up. Very well deserved there. And Wheelie against Dinzbag in the bot lane is now the focus. Wheelie doesn't really want this. And there you go. Dinzbag with the burst. Ridiculous stuff coming in. Second pickaxe on top of the Manamune. And this started off potentially close, but it's looking like a stomp at this point. Royal has to flash away, and they're diving the inhibitor turrets at 14 minutes.
Man, assassinating Wheelie, and he doesn't even have Mirror Mana. I am afraid for what's gonna happen once that item completes.
I gotta say, oh sorry, continue, gang. I thought you were done.
I am done, actually.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, my good sir.
Oh, thank you, my dear sir. In the first game, it looked like Wheelie was, far and ahead the better bot laner, and Violation, was at least doing his due diligence, as I say.
Shen ult comes in on Dinzbag, and he's already taken down Wheelie. It looked all right there for the side of Casually Reformed, but Dinzbag is too strong. They cannot fight him right now. And it wasn't even the Shen ult. That was just a shield coming in.
Yeah.
That was just his shield. Oh my goodness. That is really, really terrifying. I thought it was such a huge shield. I thought it was a Shen ultimate.
Honestly, that's fair. This Kai'Sa's not only unkillable, but so much damage as well. Already done the Rage Blade. Keep in mind, Dinzbag had finished the Rage Blade at 30 minutes the last time he played Kai'Sa.
This is
so
bad.
Twice as far ahead. Of course, this game he doesn't have to build the QSS, but
Yeah.
regardless, in the first game it looked like Wheelie had Dinzy's numbers so bad, but this game it's just been the opposite. Past
Flash
two
comes
games.
in from Scoop Lord. I thought that No Idea would go in with the ultimate, and that's probably what he should have done, because there was a chance to kill Scoop Lord there, but instead, Scoop Lord uses the flash, takes him down. Once again, it is going to be Jax with solo kill there. Pretty much solo kill. A little help from his friends, you could say. Sunfire Cape now completed on the Malphite, but it just is not sufficient to stop Scoop Lord. Maybe now with the Bramble Vest completed, he will be able to do a little better in that 1v1, but Jax just continues to scale. And yeah, Casually Reformed once again, we asked for winning lanes, and they drafted sort of awkward lanes. There's potential for the early game with this comp, but it's not exactly what they're looking for. Scoop Lord might be in a bit of trouble now, though. No flash available. Now has used the jump. Violation's going up. Here is Bard. Luminex gets a stun over onto Sean. Now the team has arrived, and Scoop Lord may have bought enough time. No mana left. Here's the Haymaker. A lot of damage coming down from both sides, but Dinzbag is in the back line. He gets a kill already. Low health bars there. Flash comes in from Sean, and he takes him down. Royal now is the only one left. Dustin Campbell on a rampage. 19-5. Coming in, Dinzbags really looking to take this game by storm.
I was gonna say something about how I'm sure if this was solo queue, the rest of the top half of Casual Reformed would have been flaming their bot lane, being like, oh, 2-10 bot diff, but like this is an every lane diff.
Yes.
How is everyone like the best score on their team is 1-3, and it's tied for 3 players on their team. It's just. I mean, I guess Wheelie and Violation are a little bit of the overachiever. Wheelie going 1-4 and Violation 1-6, but just an all-around slaughter from the side of the Dinzbags.
Yeah, Dinzbags looking really good. What's up, Kang?
I do have to say that pretty much a majority of the deaths on the side of Casually Reformed were them overextending and trying to make something happen. And I'm not too surprised in a game 3 where you feel like you have to make something happen. It's pretty tough. So
it also feels like a tilt thing as well,
Potentially. It's just like you say. I mean, we hoped for Casual Reform to recover from last game because, like you said, Kang, that was a tilter. But it looks like it indeed was a tilter, and they may have been sufficiently tilted here. As Casually Reformed not seeming to be able to deal with Dinzbags at this point. And a lot of it, I gotta say, comes down to Dustin Campbell. It's been really, really impressive the way the Hecarim moved around the map. He had 100% kill participation for the first, 10 to 15 minutes of the game. There's Violation. They might have caught out Scoop Lord here. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Look at that Bard ult. Everybody stops right now. Press pause. And when they come out of the Bard ultimate, then Casually Reformed gets destroyed. Dinzbags with so much damage off the side of that. And here's the teleport into mid lane. Scoop Lord's looking for the inhibitor turret, and the rest of them are looking for the dragon.
Man, Luminex is so good though. Like, I know we say it every time we see him play Bard, but oh my goodness, that was it was such a good play. It gave like it hit so many players, and it gave Dinzbags the time to think that he could ult over the wall. It gave the rest of his team time to get in position. It was just so incredible overall. I cannot praise this man enough. This is the only game this series that he doesn't have the highest kill participation.
Yep.
I think he barely lost out to Echo last game at the very end, actually,
Yeah.
but very close. And he's only down by one out of the 23 that's happened. So
Yeah.
Luminex, complete monster.
Yeah, ban this guy's Bard. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get tilted if Bard doesn't get banned in the playoff games. It is just too good. And Wheelie now getting caught out once again with the emote coming in. Dinzbag. Oh no. And that is the picture of this game in one fight right there. And it doesn't look good at all. 24-5 here. And so few possibilities now for Casually Reformed.
Yeah, even the Rise now has the Seraphs fully stacked. His Rod is about a minute and a half left on it. He's got his first needlessly large rod. He's going to be done death cap in about 3 or 4 minutes. There's nowhere to go but down for Casually Reformed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely true. Doesn't look great here, and not much else to say but that. Leandri's completed there on the Royal, and you know what else can you say? Good job, you got your Leandris.
He got his first item, boys. We're set.
Yeah.
Casually Reformed has got this.
Yep.
No, and now looks like they're just gonna, looks like Dinzbag is gonna take this a little bit systematic though. Looks like they're just gonna walk mid, take the free and hit.
Dinzbag going in.
My God.
Shot onto Wheelie. Ridiculous plays coming in. Unreal. And look at Dinzbag now. He's popping off. Seafarens actually does manage to take out that kill. I thought I might have seen a pentakill in the making there, but Dinzbag, oh my goodness. This looks like it's probably going to be the end here. The bot lane
Dancing
going down.
Herald?
There's no idea. Actually, no idea kills Dinzbag, and so that becomes a problem because Dinzbag's a big part of their damage here. They're going for the Dancing Herald, but it will not be. And they're going to have to back off. No idea. Actually, a really, really nice play there to use the ultimate, and Dinzbag may be a little overextended there.
I mean, I know we're having server issues right now, but is Dinz playing Darius right now? Like, what is
Oh
going
my
on?
goodness.
Going ham,
Yeah.
diving into 5 people and
by
getting a
himself.
kill out of it.
I'm actually pretty sure that Wheelie just got disconnected from the game, like in real life. He just like, he left the server. I don't know what to say.
Oh, ridiculous stuff. That's got to be clipped right there. That Dinzbag solo kill onto Wheelie. That is just... Whew, we're going to be seeing that one over and over again, I have no doubt. But they do have to back off because No Idea did make a nice play there on the Malphite to take down Wheelie in his overextension. And now, potentially, they will be looking towards Baron. Dragon isn't up for quite a while, so not going to be looking at Soul anytime super soon, but Baron is available. And if Casually Reformed try to take a fight there, it's very unlikely they will survive. So that might be the play there for Dinzbags. They are moving over towards this part of the map.
They can't even really contest with 2 inhibs down, but it looks like they're going to. But Dinzbag in no rush to actually finish this Baron. They can just wait for the supers to crash, and it's going to be free for them. So just a very slow and meticulous choke out by the side of Dinzbags. Probably until they see something they want to kill, and they just go all in because it's Dinzbags. But, you know, for
Yeah,
now
here we
it's
go.
slow.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Although Luminex shows some restraint there. Perhaps he is the one on Dinzbags, who he is the brains of this operation, you might say. Now they are going for the Baron, and Luminex is, like, you saw how much damage he was just able to do to the
He
set.
has a needless. He's going for
death cap.
Yeah. There's no way
Okay.
he's not.
Yep, absolutely. That is definitely the play. And oh my goodness, the Rise ultimate comes in. Royal takes down Scooplord right away, and Wheelie's getting really low. Now it is going to be the kills finally coming over. Dustin Campbell gets a little bit low there, but there's the Bard ultimate. Royal is the last player alive. Royal goes down. Game over. And even if Dinzbags try not to end the game, I think the minions are going to do it for them. This is the 2-1, the 32-7 game 3. And Casually Reformed played really well in the first game, but like you said, game 2 was a bit of a tilter, and that's what we saw in game 3.